Hello, it's Ashley from Raise Your Vibe Wellness. I am here today to do one of my favorite things, pull some oracle cards because it's a new moon. So, the new moon or the full moon, they both have energies. I would say the first 2 to 3 days before and up to 2 to 3 days after the actual new moon. So, today I'm actually doing this the day after. Yesterday was the new moon, technically, and even the day before that was the spring equinox. So, what spring is about is, you know, thawing out from winter. You're kind of livening back up. You're beginning to plant the seeds that you want to grow through the rest of the year. So, it's kind of figuring out what you want, what direction you want to be going with your life, making sure everything is in alignment or not, and just kind of reevaluating. And so the new moon is actually very similar to that. So new moons are, there's no moon in the sky, it's completely dark. So it's kind of a place to, um, you know, discover what you want, what the seeds are that you want to plant for the next month going forward. Um, what are the things that you want to create, because it's like a blank slate. Like the sky is black, it's like a blank slate, there's nothing there, so you can kind of create whatever you want. So it's thinking about what it is that you want to create for this month, for this year. You can kind of do it however you like, but I like to check in every month, at the new moon and the full moon, and they just have different themes a little bit. But it's a good way to kind of check where you're at, check where you're going, making sure that you're on track with your goals. With a new moon, you can check every month. You can ask yourself certain questions every single month. Um, and with the new moon and their themes, and the full moon and their themes, and also like I said, the spring equinox, that's got certain themes that you want to look at for the year. And then summer in 3 months will have different themes to look at. And so it's just kind of a way to check in with yourself, check in with your life, business, health, whatever your goals might be, and just checking and seeing if they're in alignment, if you're on track, or if you've kind of veered off track, and getting yourself back to where you want. So for today, it's a new moon card pull. This is my favorite deck to pull for the moon. So let's see what is in store. So the way that I shuffle my cards is just kind of shuffle until one pops out. So I always just kind of have the intention to, for the collective, whoever is watching this, whoever watches this in the future, knowing, whoa, I got a few flying out here, knowing that these are the cards that are going to be relevant to whoever is watching them at the time. So even if you're, you could watch this now and this could be perfectly on time with you. If you happen to find this in the future, in a year or two, whatever, I still feel like it will be relevant. It's just kind of how the universe works. It's like you find what you need at the right time. Okay, so we have beauty, number 20. That one popped out. Will, number 13. And hunger. I haven't seen this one before. 29. That's for Wolf Moon. All right, let's kind of see what the book says. Beauty, will, and hunger. So, beauty is like medicine. It can heal even the most broken spirit. Beauty is everywhere in nature. Just look. Beauty comes in many forms, and we can choose to find it. I love how I look. Rid yourself of clutter and what you find disagreeable. It has a little quote or like a little mantra. I see beauty everywhere and it raises my vibration. Hey, that's perfect. I like to raise my vibration and help you raise yours. One of the high needs in my life is that of beauty. I need to be exposed to what I find beautiful, often to be at my best. You might find that a strange need, but it's far from uncommon, especially among creatives and artists. Beauty to me, this is, I guess, from the writer's perspective, beauty to me isn't lots of makeup or fancy skincare or society's current beauty ideal. For me, beauty is nature and having things I find beautiful in my environment. I look around me as I write, and I can see the inky, dark clouds racing across a violent sky and the birds riding the wind, and it's beautiful. On my desk is a small piece of glass a friend made for me, and a small bowl full of summer frangipani. I'm not sure what that is. My feet rest on a hand-woven carpet of desert colors, and my toenails are painted as shimmering turquoise, my favorite color. All of these are expressions of beauty to me. They raise my mood. They give joy to my eyes, my heart, and my mind. Everyone can experience beauty every day if they choose to look. One of the important differences between the ancient pagan and the modern idea of beauty is that the old ways state there is a need for the core of the self to be developed and strengthened to enable and foster true beauty. This is an important two-way double punch, as there is a strong mind-body connection when it comes to both beauty and vitality. I'm going to go to the next one real quick. Will. Decisions require action. You are in control of your own decisions in life, no one else's. Passion and will determine a great proportion of your success. You will persist. You possess free will, which means you should focus on yourself first and avoid placing your will over another's. The mantra they have here is, I have the will to make the changes I need. Will feels like a very old-fashioned concept. In a modern world where it seems like everything is geared up to be as easy as possible, or there is always someone else to blame, the idea of placing our personal will persistently into something seems quaint. When we decide we're going to change something in our lives, let's say a particularly negative pattern or bad habit, breaking the old way we do things can be difficult. The change requires a concentration of our will. We may want the change, but it is our will that insists we stay on the path to that change. To be willful means we have the power of control of over our own actions, and that will fires up the persistence we need to get what we want. And then hunger. So I'm kind of reading these and assessing in my mind how they're tied together, and I'm going to go into that in a minute. Okay, so Wolf Moon, hunger. Feed the good and hope within you. There will always be a lean part of the cycle. Prosperity will come. Do not let your hunger blindly dictate your actions entirely. The mantra, I recognize all that I hunger for. An old and wise Cherokee of the First Nations of the U.S. is speaking to his grandson about life. The young boy asks his grandfather, It is said, grandfather, that everyone has two wolves within them. The first wolf gives darkness, despair, and hate, and jealousy and sorrow. The second wolf gives light and hope and helpfulness and kindness. Yet, grandfather, I feel them fighting within me. What can I do? My small son, these two wolves will always fight, and they will fight within each person. You are no different, said the grandfather. But, said the boy, grandfather, which wolf will win? And the grandfather answers, whichever wolf you feed. We must be careful about what we nourish and feed within ourself. If we give abundance to the aspects of the self that can harm others and ourselves, then we cannot truly thrive. Having no limitations upon these behaviors and patterns hurts us and starves the higher and finer parts of ourselves that will bring us more happiness. To ripple that happiness to others is part of why we are on the planet as humans. we must also recognize that in life, just because it is a cycle, there will always be leaner, less abundant, or less bright times. Yet we have built our resilience and self-trust for times like this, and we know we are both loved and protected. The cycle will soon turn to less shadow and more bounty. So the way I'm kind of looking at these is there's a beauty within you. It's basically you allowing yourself to be your true self and finding yourself beautiful and accepting who you are, all parts of you. And realizing that and following what's in your heart, following what is true to you. And so that often requires a big change in your life. So that, that's going to require the will that you need to change, because it's hard to get out of our patterns and our habits. And so you have to kind of find that part of you, that hunger within you, to really go after what you want, like what you actually want in life. And this is hard because you've got people all around you telling you other things. They're telling you, well, first of all, there's this other ideal of beauty. And so you think that you have to fit in that box of what's beautiful or what other people think is the, like, not just beauty, like physical, but even just in your life, like how you find what you find beautiful, how you create an atmosphere. Like I like, right now I'm in my little Zen zone here. This is where I create an atmosphere that I find enjoyable. It's beauty to me, and it's full of inspiring things. And so what I might have here, it might not be the same as what you have in yours. So it's like, this is just one little area of my place, but the way you decorate your home is going to be different than everyone decorates theirs. But you also want to pay attention to what you think, like how you think you should decorate versus how you want to decorate. Because even just, that's just a very simple way that, you think you have to have the latest and greatest, like most modern, beautiful things out of whatever. I don't even know what is popular these days as far as like where to buy your things to fill up your house. But, just staying true to what you find attractive. And, I think it does start with your environment, where you live, where you spend a lot of your time, and making sure that it inspires you and makes you excited and is pretty and beautiful, because that's going to help create an environment for you to thrive, for you to come out and be your full self and go after what it is that you really want in your life, and have that will and that hunger to do it, because no one else is going to do it for you. Like you have to do it on your own. You have to go sometimes against the grain and get out of the box of modern society and what they think you should be doing with your life, or how you should be living or looking, or just going to college, getting married, having kids, buying a house, all that. That never felt like it was for me. I tried to go to college and it just didn't feel right. Like there's all these things. It's been hard to do something that most of society does. It's hard to do something different than that, because that's kind of how the way the society is set up, but it doesn't fit for me, you know? So it's been hard to kind of figure it out. So just think about, you know, what's beautiful to you. How is your environment where you live? You know, this can be the place, you know, your house. It can be a room in your house. It can be, you know, the city. Like, you can expand it as much as you want, or you can, you know, make it like right now I'm in just one corner of my room. You can pick a spot and make sure you have one little spot that's yours, that you can make beautiful as you want, that you have no distractions. Like, create your Zen zone, your meditation space, your I don't know what else you could call it, but have a place where you can go for yourself, where you can kind of focus on what it is that you want to create in your life. Like, bringing it back to the new moon, like, think about, you know, am I happy right now? Yes or no? Expand on that. Like, what's going on really good in my life? What's not going really good in my life? How do I want things to change? You know, maybe it's something with your career, maybe it's a relationship that you have, or maybe you're just, you know, figure out what areas you're not quite satisfied in and how you might be able to go about changing them. And what else? New moon. You know, if you could have it ideally the way you want it, like, say 6 months from now, what are some steps? Like, what would you want your life to look at 6 months from now, and what would be the steps to kind of get you there potentially? So, you know, just, it's kind of like, new moons are great to explore this kind of thing. So, you know, spend some time journaling and getting clear on where you're not satisfied, where you'd want things to get better, or just how you could change things. And then I don't know, just explore. And here's the other thing is, I really like to do new moon workshops and drinking ceremonial cacao, and I like to tie in some breath work and journaling, where we actually sit down every month and look at this. So if you are interested in that, you can click the link in my bio. It'll have more information on that, because I do these online, sometimes in person in Colorado right now. But I want to be able to do them with people anywhere. So you can always check there. Right now, I don't have any previously recorded. Maybe in the future, I will have somewhere a library of them to watch. Not yet, but that's one of my someday goals. But yeah, click the link on the bio. It'll at least, or in the description, and it will have more information about that and help you dive deeper into what you want to be doing with the new moon and the direction of your life. So these are the cards. I will show them again to you. Yeah. And I didn't even see it until after a minute, but it's a face. I just thought it was a butterfly and a flower, but here's the eye and the nose and the lips and the like side of the face. Isn't that cool? I love it. It's like the hidden beauty that sometimes you didn't see right away. So, yeah. Okay. Well, that's all for now. See you next time.